that Hatman entity is straight up real. I have been I lived in Marlborough Park in two different occasions at two different houses, and both times that I lived there, straight up, I experienced a entity that lived at my house. And like I understand that I was going through extremely intense mental depression, like rage, like I was very very low vibration, like I was a perfect candidate for these things to attach to me, especially the second house that I lived in. But the second house that I lived in, when I would go to like, I've always had the ability to like mingle with the spirit world in between like the twilight sleep, you know what I mean, like just when you're right about to go to sleep, so you still have grasp on like the room that you're in, but you're like on the way to going to bed. This one house that I lived in, there was a woman there. She was a short little 80. I thought in my mind, like I keep hearing the word 79, so I think she was 79 years old, and she had red hair and glasses and was real tiny, and she wore one of those like those like blue vests with like the embroidered flowers in the front, like real grandma core, like the turtlenecks, like this is what she looked like. And she had these striking green eyes, and one time she woke me up, straight up like poking me. And one time I remember I was looking at my door right as I was falling asleep, and I said, there is somebody standing there. And she looked at me and said, hello there. And that's how I know that's what she looked like. And yeah. And then it was like clear as day, like hello there, like just like me saying it to you right then. And I remember being like, oh my gosh, I am actually in a room with a ghost, like I am communicating with the old owner of the house that I'm living in right now. I knew in that moment. um I like when I think about like communicating about her name, it's like Teresa Tracy. But it was a house in Whitehorn. So if any of you guys have family in Calgary of somebody with the name Teresa or Tracy, that like I could be wrong with the name, but I can explain exactly what she looks like to a T, and that she was around 79 years old when she passed away. Like she even had her glasses. Like, you know what I mean? But I'm not talking about her right now. I'm just saying that I have that capacity. But when I lived in this one house, I used to be tortured, tortured with sleep paralysis. And like this is when I learned that sleep paralysis is actually a demon that attaches to you. And this one had the hat man straight up. Like he had the red glowing eyes, the hat, and he would stand not at my head like that the Hank guy would. Though the last time I've ever dealt with sleep paralysis, but he was the I've had three of them in my life, and he was the second one, the hat man. And he would stand at the my feet, never at my head like the other guy, and he would laugh at me saying, I'm gonna get you. You're not gonna die today, you're not gonna die tomorrow, but one day you're gonna die, and I'm gonna have your soul. You better believe it. And this happened the whole time I lived in this house. And I had incidences. I remember one time I had my friend Dakota over, and she was like, you have a ghost in your house. And I was like, crazy. And then one time I had my friend Ashley over, and my dog Ruby was staring in the kitchen, growling like she knew something was there. Like her like fur was all up on her back, and she was like she was going to attack. She was a very protective dog, and she straight up was like, there is something in the kitchen. And like I remember one time I had surgery, and my friend Ashley was over to help me, and she swear to God she saw me get up and walk into the bathroom. It wasn't me. I didn't get up the entire night because I had pain medication. Like I wasn't into opiate addiction at this point, and I had taken pain medication, and I was like, I could not even move out of bed. There was no way that it was me. So there was clearly something manifesting in that house. And as soon as I moved in there, I had the darkest, most, like, it was one of the most dark, evil times in my entire life. Like, when it comes to, like, thoughts and, like, negative thinking patterns. And it's kind of like where I discovered that I had a problem with my mental health, and, like, I could no longer blame anybody on it but myself. And, because, like, I played victim for a long time, and because of that, it was like kind of like the beginning of my realization of like becoming a good person, like people do that. People can change. Like I am like actual proof that people can change, like genuinely. And yeah, I remember just being so terrified of this like entity and what it would do. And I was so like grateful to get out of that place. And like there was a lot of evil going on. Like the people who lived upstairs, like the guy is in jail now for 3 years for some horrible things that he's done to people in my family, and like it was just pure evil. Like evil manifests into entities, and it is clear because I've experienced it, and it is like one of the reasons why I am right with God today, because like I have seen with my own eyes that the others, like, it's real. That is real. Like there is something out there beyond this world, and like you have to expect that if God is real, then the other side is real too. And by seeing the other side first, it showed me that there's definitely something like beyond this, and to be a good person. But yeah, straight up, the Hat Man is absolutely real. I remember looking straight into his face and the red glowing eyes, and him laughing like in a joking manner. Like, how somebody thinks that they have control over you, and when you try to exert your power in any way, they laugh like you're a joke. It was like that tone of laughter. And I think what it also did is, like, at that point in my life, I was experiencing a fear of death, and it kind of like helped me like face that head on. And I don't anymore because of that, because I was able to explore like the spiritual realm and explore like what it means to be a good person. And I no longer am bothered by entities in any way whatsoever, because I know I'm protected.